Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available summer 2031, the album. Dad, shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy. You gotta get that shimmy pointed. Get that shimmy, 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 shimmy pointed. Shimmy, shimmy. Now I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I got caught up in the shimmies. The album, Dad, shimmy, shimmy, AF. What do I want to sing today? What do I want to sing today? Who can guess? I wanted to sing Ice Castles, but I can't remember how it starts. All I can remember is, in the eyes of love. That's all I can remember. Oh, you know what I usually do? You know what I usually do? Here, I gotta turn my volume down. I didn't do this before this video today. I usually just scroll through. Oh, the song that came up is from the To Kill a Mockingbird. This is a sign. The song that came up on my iTunes Shuffle was from the soundtrack to Kill a Mockingbird, one of my favorite soundtracks of life. And it is called Boo Hoo. Oh, like little Boo Radley, my dog. Well, Boo Radley from To Kill a Mockingbird, but also little Boo Radley. Okay, let's go in here and see what iTunes wants me to sing. Old Lang Syne by the Avett Brothers. I don't think that's going to be. Too old acquaintance be forgot. I don't want to fight by Tina Turner. No. Oh my God! I just did this the other day. 7 Army Nation. A 7 Army Nation's gonna hold me back. Boom. No, I'm not really feeling like that. Come on now. Don't fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. Okay, what else? Let's see. We got on here. Coventry Carol. Christmas is Here by Cascade, the remix. Oh my God, all these Avett Brothers. They were Stay With Me by Bette Midler. Oh my God, yesterday in my vlog, I was singing a little Bette Midler. Gave a whole story. Gave a whole story about Bette Midler. Let's do a little Bette Midler today, shall we? Not Beaches. Not Wind Beneath My Wings, which was one of my mom's favorite songs. But do you wanna dance all through the night? Oh baby, baby. Do you wanna dance, dance? Dance! I can hear it in my head. I'm dancing to it, but you don't know. Okay, let's pick another one. Oh, I love soundtracks, just so you know. Here is Surprises and Explosion. This is from John Barry from the Body Heat soundtrack. Oh my God, another great soundtrack. Love it so much. Okay, let's see. Oh, Sophie Tucker. I'm looking for 1970. I'm looking for something. Oh, the Smiths! Sing me to sleep, I'm not tired, and I want to go to bed. Oh my God, take me back to high school. Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. I don't even think I know all those words. Okay, let's go on here. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. What's this? They say we're young and we don't know. Won't find out until we got our own show, like 1,000-Pound Sisters. Well, they say we're young and we don't know. Got us a drama channel and we ain't going nowhere. Beast! This is so stupid. Trouble by Cat Stevens. You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate. You sexy thing. You sexy thing. You. Okay. I Shall Be Released by Nina Simone. That is not very fitting for an Amy and Tammy Slaton video. Get Down on It. Cool again. Get Down on It. How you gonna do it if you never really want to dance? With your back up against the wall. With your back up against the wall. Tell me. I love Cool and the Gang. I used to roller skate to them back in the day. Oh my God, I have to tell you the funniest story. Okay, so this is how. So I had this friend I used to work with back in the day. She has since passed away, sadly. Oh my God, I loved her. So much fun. So much fun. She was so fun. I loved her so much. Her name was Nicole. I love you, Nicole. Oh my God, we used to have so much fun. She used to have, okay, She had the most beautiful red hair, and she always had it, and she loved Prince, okay? And she had it, and she was real tall, and she had it in this asymmetrical haircut, just like Prince. She had it like that since the 80s. But anyway, so she was like, when she was growing up, she was like a phenomenal roller skater, okay? Phenomenal roller skater. And she was like on the front of like Skate magazine and all that kind of stuff. I also had a friend of mine, my friend that I grew up with, the one that I talk about in my vlog, that I went to elementary, junior high, high school, college, and graduate school with. Anyway, so she was my good Judy all through. And she was on the cover of Twirl magazine, you know, like batons. Or maybe it was Baton magazine. I think it was called Twirl, though. Anyway, and she was the one that taught me with a baton how to do this. Oh, can you believe it? But you have to have a baton where you can, like, spin it on your hand. She taught me all these tricks back in the day. But anyway, Nicole, I love her so much. She would get such a kick out of the fact that I'm giving her a shout out in this video. I miss her so much. But anyway, so she brought in this picture one time of her, okay? And it was like, she was on the front of like, it was called like Skate magazine or Roller magazine or whatever. And she'd win all these competitions. And so her favorite song to sing to, okay? I was just talking about this in my vlog the other day. It's by the Gap Band, because I thought, how you get your back up off the wall. And somebody was like, that's cool, my gang, not the Gap Band. But what's the song? Because I used to think it was called Charlene, but it's not. It's called... I sang this song to her so many times, and I'd say, Charlene, put the pedal to the metal, Charlene, and it's Charlie, it's not Charlene, and I just learned this, and she let me get away with singing it all these years. Do you guys remember this song? Oh my God, she and I used to sing this all the time when we would go on lunch breaks. It was so funny. Where is it at? Where are the lyrics? Gap Band songs, outstanding. Charlie, so anyway, Burn Rubber on Me! Oh my God, I just remembered it. Okay, Burn Rubber on Me. But I never ever had a lover who put the pedal to the metal and burn rubber on me. Charlene, see, it don't matter if you get the words right or not. It's Charlie, okay, because that was their bass player. But it don't matter. You know why? Because I will always forever have that memory with Nicole, okay? But anyway, Nicole, I miss you so much. When you get my age, all you have is memories. No, it's truly, it's all you have is memories. So let's talk about some memories today, shall we? Okay, and this video is dedicated to my good friend, Nicole, who was the world's best roller skater, and my friend that taught me how to spin a baton on my hand. Two traits that have taught me a lot more than algebra. You know, the last time I said that in a video, some people got real upset with me. I'm like, I'm just joking. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have really benefited greatly off of geometry and algebra. I'm just not one of those people. I'm just not one of those people. I can hardly even read nutritional things on the back of foods, okay? Listen, basic math was kind of above my level. No, true story, it was. Truly it was. So anyway... So, let's talk about memory lane, okay? So, for those of you that do not know, I have an entire channel dedicated to TV shows. It's called Peter Watches TV. Oh my God, I love it so much. It's so much fun, okay? I started about 2 years ago. It's kind of changed through the years. And so now, what it is it's no drama, okay? About, like, I'm not reading the forums and the blogs and all that kind of stuff. It's just reactions to TV shows, and a lot of it is reality TV. So, for example, every Monday, I cover The Sister Wives. So, this Monday, thank you, Jesus! I can say that because none of them are religious anymore. None of them attend to go into any kind of church. But anyway, this Sunday, okay, is finally the finale of the 4-part, not a reunion, okay? The one-on-ones is what they call it. And it is the end of season 19. We do not know if there's a season 20 yet. But anyway, so I cover Sister Wives every week. But I also do, I was covering Poly Family until like all this drama came out, and then they cut the show short, and we don't think there's going to probably be a season 2 of Poly Family. It was a fucking mess anyway. Ooh, 25 cents for the cuss jar. Okay, but anyway, and then I also cover for like the last 2 years, 1,000 Pound Sisters with Amy Slaton and Tammy Slaton, okay? I also do a lot of true crime coverage over there. I think my best video that I've ever done on that channel was about the Ashley Madison documentary. I don't know why that was the best one, but anyway. And if you, like, people all the time are like, Peter gets so heated, he's got hate boners. If you want to see a hate boner, baby, you need to go over there and you need to watch me get real heated talking about some Thousand Pound Sisters. I cuss. Oh my God, I cuss like nobody's business over there. I get real heated over there. Baby, we're telling some truths on the reality TV shows over there. Okay, but I do a lot of true crime too. Like, I think this weekend, so I'm waiting for The Mortician on HBO Max to get done, and I'm going to cover that. I've got the Sherry Papini 4-part documentary that just came out with her interview. I've got that to watch. The Astro World documentary on Netflix, I've got that to watch. I've got a bunch of things to watch. The Ocean Gate one that just came out on Netflix, I want to watch that. I just did a video a couple days ago on my channel about 3 new documentaries, true crime documentaries that you need to watch right now that are so fantastic. And don't ever forget, the best true crime documentary ever. This goes out to all my friends that I forced to watch this show. Goodnight Sugar Babe. And you can find it on YouTube. Goodnight Sugar Babe is it's one of the poorest done but most important stories I've ever watched in true crime. It's so well done. And it's on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube. I paid like $9.99 on Amazon Prime because I didn't even look to see if it was on YouTube. But it's on YouTube. I think the director uploaded it or something. It's called Goodnight Sugar Babe. The story of Sherry and Vera. It's very sad. Anyway, so I do Thousand Pound Sisters coverage over there. Well, this week was the season 7 finale of it, okay? And so I want to talk about some drama that happened on the show and what I found out afterwards. And I also kind of want to talk about my history. Then I also kind of want to bring Amberlynn Reid in it. And I was thinking about this and I was like, I think maybe I know why Amberlynn Reid was never willing to do like a TV show. Like, supposedly Amberlynn has hinted out for years that she got offered this TV show, she got offered that TV show. I actually know people that have like reached out to her to try to like get her on TV show. So I do know that there's truth to that. So let me tell you, before we get into this, my history with Amy Slaton and Tammy Slaton. Okay, I'll make it real short because I know a lot of you know this. So back in the day, when I was just an infant drama channel in the year 2016, when I first started over here, I actually covered Amberlynn Reid and Amy Slaton quite a bit. To the point that Amberlynn Reid would get so pissed at me because she would say, why are you always comparing me to Amy Slaton and things like that, right? And so I covered them both. And this is in the era of Amy Slaton doing like makeup videos, and she would do like PO unboxings. And then a lot of people would request her to do like food things. Oh, by the way, I just started watching last night 1,000 Pound Roomies. A lot of people have asked me to watch it, so my reaction of that will be over on my Peter Watches TV channel today. And I'm going to be watching that show and reacting to it all season. It's so good. Oh my God, Jazz and Nisha, these 2 roommates, I absolutely love them. It's so good and it's so real. It's so real in a way that like a lot of TLC shows aren't. So anyway, but this was in the era that Amy Slaton, she'd say, hey y'all, it's Amy. And then she'd say, okay, I'm gonna do this review of chocolate dipped ramen and I'm never doing it again. And then it would be like a 2-minute video and it would get like 60,000 views, okay? And I was like, this is crazy to me. It was a phenomenon. I was like, what is this phenomenon that's going on, right? And so Tammy had a channel as well, Tammy Slaton, and Tammy's channel was not as big of a deal as Amy's channel. It's interesting in retrospect because there was this whole lore around Amy and Tammy Slaton back in the day. Like why they started their channel, who was pushing the channel. There was a lot of rumors that their brother Chris was really like the brains behind their channel because their channel did very, very well. And people really believed that Chris, their brother, was the one that was like telling them what videos to do, how to do it, filming it, and things like that. We know there's no truth to that now. If you watch the show closely enough, you know, A, that Chris doesn't give a shit enough, and B, that he's just not that invested in the YouTube career of Amy and Tammy Slaton that he would have had anything to do with all that. And they weren't making that kind of money on there anyway. So anyway, so that's kind of like the lore behind Amy and Tammy Slaton and like what was going on with their channel. Well, there was some huge drama that occurred with Amy Slaton back in the day because Tammy got very, very sick and ended up in the hospital. And I don't know if people that watch the show know about all this kind of stuff because it literally happened in like 2016, maybe 2017. But I think it was 2016. And Amy started like asking people for money because she was afraid that Tammy wouldn't make it. And so what she said is, if Tammy doesn't make it, this is important when you look at the fact that the season finale of season 7 was Tammy getting her skin removal surgery and looks 10 times, I mean, she looks unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable, you know? And and has worked so hard. She's lost over 500 pounds. I mean, it's incredible. She's absolutely an inspiration and a testament. And so that part is important, okay? When you look at, before they even had the TV show, that Amy was asking her audience and her fans to send her money because she thought she was going to have to buy a casket that was too big that was big enough for Tammy's body to go in, okay? Well, Tammy came home from the hospital, and she was fine. Well, she was fine when she came home. And so Amy didn't give any of the money back. And what she said was that she had said, if I don't use it for a casket, I'm going to use it for the bills because we don't have any money coming in while Tammy's gone. Well, Tammy didn't work anyway, okay, which not really a whole lot of people clocked, but Tammy wasn't working to bring any income into the house other than her YouTube channel, which Tammy really wasn't posting a whole lot on her YouTube channel, and she didn't have a following anywhere near the size of Amy at that time. So it didn't make any sense. Well, Amy got called out a lot for it, to the point where she went in a live stream, okay, with like 4 people that had called her out and apologized to all of them. I mean, I've never seen anything like this on YouTube. I mean, Laura Lee just the other day called it the Wild Wild West back in the day. I mean, it truly was. I mean, I can remember watching that live stream and being like, what the F is going on? Like, Amy's in there with like 3 or 4 other people in this live stream, and they are all just eating her alive. And you stole this money and blah, 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 whatever, and all this kind of stuff. And Amy's like, I'll pay everybody back. I mean, she took total responsibility for it. I was like blown away. I could not believe it. I mean, it's just, the whole thing was just, so this is way before 1,000 Pound Sisters. Well, then was the rise of Amberlynn Reid, okay? And Amberlynn Reid, when Amberlynn Reid started back in the day, she really wasn't, I mean, people now see her super problematic and lying for views and things like that. I don't watch her that closely anymore, so I don't really know. But when she started, it was pretty innocent. It really was. What Amberlynn Reid did that was smart on her part from a financial gain, but I don't think from a health point of view. One of the reasons why I don't really engage in Amberlynn anymore, and people have asked me to do videos about her, and I thought about maybe going back and doing some coverage of Amberlynn Reid, but the reason I really don't anymore is I take an issue with people that are willing to compromise their health in any kind of way for monetary gain. That for me is I don't really understand it. When there are enough people out there that don't have affordable health care and are really working really, really hard to improve their health, and then you're willing to make a joke of it to pay your bills, like, to me, I kind of, that's for me, I just can't anymore. So in all honesty, for all the people that are like, oh, don't be mean to Amberlynn, Amberlynn knows exactly what she's doing. I learned that years ago. She and I had conversations, and I knew exactly what she was doing. And so what she would do is, she would very innocently, when it started, she would do these Torrid hauls, okay? Well, she would buy, like, a dress from Torrid, and she would put it on, and she'd say, this shirt is really cute. Like, she honestly did not know that it was a dress, it wasn't a shirt. And people in the comment sections would say, Amberlynn, like, that is a dress, it's not a shirt. Like, what are you talking about? Because it was like, you know, it wouldn't fit her correctly. Well, she started feeding into that. When she started doing diet after diet after diet, and she realized she was getting more views on hate watching than she was getting on people supporting her, she fed into that 100%. So for me, I just was like, I dipped out at that point. I mean, that was for me. At the beginning, it was kind of like you couldn't really tell if Amber was lying purposely or if she just, I mean, it really started rather innocently. And then I think she realized, I'm just bankrolling. I'm talking about the days when she was living with those guys in her apartment. I'm talking years ago, okay? So at that time, though, there was a lot of talk about all these reality shows, these like weight loss reality shows that were going to start. And I actually think that Amber was one of the first people that ever mentioned somebody approaching her for a reality show, because Amber always had more subscribers and more views than Amy Slaton ever did. 1,000 Pound Sisters did not come from Tammy Slaton. It came from Amy Slaton. Amy's channel was the one that was bigger at that time. And I think it was at like 80,000 subscribers when they got 1,000 Pound Sisters, or maybe 100,000 subscribers. Maybe 60, I don't know. But she wasn't getting anywhere near the views that Amber was. And so Amber was pushing out that she was getting this reality show, right? Okay, well, Amy, all of a sudden, and I had talked to both of them through the years, so I knew that Amy was getting this show. And so I was real excited, and I thought, oh, Amy and Tammy are the winners in this, because they're going to get this weight loss surgery, they're going to do great, blah, 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 whatever, okay? Well, there's a lot of drama that's gone down through the years, and let's just deal with the Amberlynn thing real quick before I get into this. Okay, so having watched 1,000 Pound Sisters, first of all, I know for a fact that their starting salaries on season 1 was like, I think it was like It was something ridiculous, you guys. It was like $1,000 an episode, $1,500 an episode. Okay, now, I know that people are like, well, that's a lot of money. Okay, the first season, I think, was 6 or 7 episodes. So you're talking they made between like $6,000 and $9,000 before taxes, okay, an episode. When housewives are making like $200,000 an episode. You know, I mean, they're making less money, sharing their entire lives, airing out all their dirty laundry. I mean, all TLC shows are like this. They're making less money by airing out all their laundry online, okay? And people looking into the deepest, darkest secrets of their life online, because they're just reality stars just like anybody else. But people on Big Brother, people on, you know, Survivor, people on, I mean, all these shows are making more money. RuPaul's Drag Race, The Housewives, Vanderpump Rules. I mean, they're all making more money, you know, than that. Now, it's improved. Like Sister Wives, they said something about like each member made something like, I think it was like $40,000 an episode. So they estimated that this season alone, like each of the wives and Cody probably made $960,000 for the whole season, something like that. So it improves year after year. But starting year for 1,000 Pound Sisters, I think they were making like $1,000 or $1,500 an episode, if even that. And like Chris and Misty and Amanda, they weren't even making anything. So, and I do know that, like, with Amy, like, Amy got paid when Michael was in it. So, like, one of the reasons to really push Brian, her fiancé, is because every time that Brian's in an episode, he gets paid for that episode. So, if you have, like, 2 kids, okay, that are written into the contract, and then you also have your fiancé or your husband, you're getting 4 paychecks. So, that's $1,000 times 4 in that family. Does that make sense? Where Chris and Brittany, so Tammy is the one probably getting the least paid on the show because she's always by herself, except for now she has Andrea. But Andrea's, I mean, that's her money, right? So anyway, and I do know that that's how it works because I've heard from people behind the scenes. But each year it goes up and up. But they're still not making like $15,000 an episode. I know that. Which was interesting to me because I looked and I was like, is Amy's channel, like, I mean, they live so poorly on that show. Like, they're constantly always struggling financially. And I looked on Amy's channel and I was kind of surprised. Hold on a second. Here it is. I looked at Amy's channel, and Amy has on her channel 542,000 subscribers, okay? Her last video that she posted 9 months ago got 56,000 views, and it's 20 minutes long, okay? She could probably easily make $5 or $6, maybe $100 or more off of that video at 20 minutes. I mean, but before this, she's posting these little shorts, these little videos that are 23 minutes long. So Amy Slaton is so lazy, she can't even post YouTube videos anymore. And I know she's allowed to, because I've talked to her about that. I know that Amy, if there's no TLC contract that says she can't post YouTube videos. And all reality stars, so if there is something now, she needs to get that out of her contract. Because she could be, I mean, she's literally sitting on a gold mine as a reality star that has 500,000 subscribers that she could be making bank. She could be posting 3 to 5 times a week on this channel and be making an extra income of $10,000 to $15,000 a month, okay? Well, I think that figures in a lot into why Amberlynn never did a reality show. Because I think that TLC or somebody like that probably came to her and said, we'll offer you $1,000 an episode for a pilot. And then if it gets picked up, we'll do 6 episodes. And Amber's like, I'm going to expose my entire life to the internet that is already coming for me. And I'm going to show little bits and pieces that they have never seen before for $6,000 that I can make in 2 weeks on my channel. Or I can make in a week on my channel. No, I'm not going to do that. I think the reason that Amberlynn, this is just my personal opinion, never did a reality show is because I don't think they came to her with a big enough deal. That's what I think. I think all these years I've always thought, you know, like Amy and Tammy are the ones that won and whatever. And I mean, and to some extent, I think they did. But I think that Amberlynn was like, I'm not getting offered enough money to do this reality show, so why am I going to do it? I also think that Amber realizes that, and I think that Queen Tammy is kind of the inspiration that Amberlynn should look at. Because for a long time I thought, Amber thought, well, if I get on a show and I do like weight loss surgery or diets, like if she goes on The Biggest Loser or something like that, and I lose all this weight, then I'm going to lose my following. And for a long time, I always said, I do not believe that. I said long before Tammy lost the weight, I said you could be, go back and fact check my videos from 5 years ago. I said you could be the inspiration to people that want to lose weight and are trying to be healthy, and you could show them what it's like. You would gain an entire new audience. Amber chose not to do that. Tammy Slaton has now lost 500 pounds, gotten skin removal surgery, is looking fantastic, has a girlfriend, and is as happy as she has ever wanted to be, right? So it's interesting to me that Amber never, and I know she's been offered several shows. I know that. So, for a fact. So the fact that she was never willing to do that, I think it has a lot to do around money. I really think it has a lot to do with around money. And the other thing is this, okay? And I've known this for a long time. This is no diss. But even back in the day when I would talk to Amy, she kept things very simple. Okay, let's just put it that way. Amberlynn was always thinking. Amber was always thinking. She was thinking 5 steps ahead. She's a smart girl. Amber is a smart girl. She knows what she's doing, which is why I cannot engage in something where somebody consciously knows what they're doing and they are choosing to do that. Like I said, I have not watched, I mean, I guess I could go over here and look at Amberlynn's channel. I have not looked at, I don't even know the last time I looked at Amberlynn's channel. Let's look and see. I have no idea what kind of views she's getting. Let's see. What is this? Okay, so she's got 247,000 subscribers, so she's got half the amount as Amy Slaton. And 7 days ago, is she doing like a lot of lives or something like that? She must be, because she hasn't posted in, I don't know anything. I'm just telling you right now, you guys can inform me in the comment section below, but she hasn't posted in 7 days. My health has gone, I think she's been going live a lot on Instagram or something. My health has gone downhill. I feel my weight gain. I hope she's okay. I hope Amber is okay. That was 7 days ago, 63,000 views. I don't know what my real weight is. 9 days ago, 45,000 views. She's talking a lot about health issues. 48,000 views. I can't believe I'm sharing this, the truth. There was something I have to tell you. Way in episode 10. So it's just all weight stuff, health stuff related to her weight stuff. And while she's talking about this weight stuff, she has healthy options while ordering takeout. And then, so is it, I don't really know. Like, is it trolling? Is she rage baiting? I don't really know what she's doing. Like I said, and I'm more than willing to go in and watch some of her videos if somebody wants me to and make a reaction to what she's doing, but I haven't watched her in a long time. In all honesty, Amber was very sweet to me back in the day. She was always very nice to me. I haven't talked to her in years. It's literally been years. Amber was always very nice to me. And I remember I would ask her, do you care if I make this video? Because at first I felt bad that she got a lot of hate. And I remember one time she said to me, I don't really care what videos you make about me. And she goes, because people are going to hate me anyway. And that was when I realized there was kind of a turnover for her, right? I really wish she would do a TV show, because I do think that Amber is somebody that could be an inspiration for somebody. I think that she's afraid of exposing too much of her life, because so many people have, like, you know, constantly she does one thing and says something else, and then it's going to be if she has a reality show. But girl, at some point, put yourself first, put your health behind there. I don't know, maybe they're not coming to her anymore with health shows, you know, or these weight loss shows. Maybe they're not coming for her anymore. But that's what your YouTube channel is. It looks like to me, your YouTube channel is literally like, and maybe that's what she tried to do, was recreate what one of these shows looked like. I don't know. But other than money, I can't for the life of me, unless she was afraid of losing her 200,000 subscribers that she has over there that are paying her bills for her, and I guess she enjoys doing this. I don't know. I hope she does. I hope she does. I don't wish any of these people any harm. But I always said that I thought that Tammy and Amy were the ones that won in the end, because they got the show, they got the weight loss surgery. Chris has the weight, so Tammy's lost 500 pounds. Chris has lost like 300 pounds and has had the skin removal surgery. Amy had the surgery, and then people are speculating that she's gained weight again. I don't really know. She hasn't said anything about it. And this season, she said she was going to go back and see Dr. Smith. But the season ended and she didn't see that. The next season's probably going to come out in the fall. I am speculating. So this season was different. It's usually in the fall. This season was in the spring. I am speculating that it ended. So it ended very, very dramatically. Okay? Very dramatically. And I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm speculating that it's going to come back in the fall, because Amy is engaged to this guy named Brian. Brian is her boyfriend who got arrested with her at the safari park that they've been banned from life, because she got bit by the camel. And then she and Brian were arrested. She was arrested at the hospital. He was arrested on the spot. And the reason they were arrested was for 2 substance C possession charges and child endangerment. Okay, TLC production, who never is honest on their shows whatsoever, let Amy get away with saying that she had a little bit of pot in the car, okay? And people were speculating on the show, like, well, then how did they know that there was pot in the car? Because there was literally pot. You could see the smoke coming out of the car, and the kids were in the car. That's why they got child endangerment charges. And then Amy said that she lied on the show, okay? And it was not good. Hold on a second, it's going to stop. Okay, so this whole season has really been about Tammy being an inspiration and like ticking off one thing after another she wants to do, like bungee jumping and like getting in the water and losing the weight and getting her skin removal surgery, while Amy has just kind of like spiraled out of control, okay? And the whole season, it's all been about her having these meltdowns and her engaged to this Brian guy, and then she wants to have her wedding at Waverly Hills Sanitarium on Halloween. Never even checked to see if she could have her wedding there, just said, I don't want anything to do with my family anymore, because none of her family would come to the wedding because it's at a sanitarium. Chris and Brittany, Chris is her brother. His wife is Pentecostal. A lot of them are very religious. They don't believe in like the demonic possession. They believe in demonic possession enough to not want to go to a sanitarium. So Amy was pissed they weren't going to come to her wedding, okay? And she said, you don't want me to marry Brian. And they said, it's not that we don't want you to marry Brian. It's that we don't want to go to Waverly Hills Sanitarium. She never even checked to see. I checked and looked. They are closed down, okay? They do special events in November. Apparently they have a haunted house on Halloween, but they are closed down at the time that she wants to get married there. So my speculation is they're going to pick back up in September for the next season, and it's going to show Amy going to Dr. Smith to get back on the weight loss track, and then preparing for her wedding and the fallout that happened. Because how the episode ended, okay, was that Tammy was in the hospital for weight loss surgery. Amy and her sister Amanda and her brother Chris got into it, okay, over a fart that Amy left. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, and it was ridiculous, but Amy, like, lost her mind, okay? And then she flew home the next day. So Tammy felt like she abandoned her in the hospital, all right? And Amy's like, yeah, but you're not even coming to my wedding. So anyway, they have a sit-down talk, and this is how the whole season ends. Every other season of 1,000 Pound Sisters has always ended on a positive note. This season ended with them both walking out, and Amy saying to the cameraman, get out of my face. And so they're sitting there and they're talking, and Amy's crying a river, and she don't have no family anymore, and blah, blah, whatever, okay? And then Tammy's like, I'm not dealing with her being this baby and pity party. I'm not dealing with it anymore. So she steps outside to give her a few minutes, and then Amy's just done. And then Amy says at the very end of the show ends with Amy saying she lost some weight, and now she thinks she can judge everybody, and she needs to be knocked down a few pegs. I'm going to knock her down a few pegs. That's what Amy says at the end. And I'm like, wait a second. So this show, 1,000 Pound Sisters, which was first centered around Amy getting weight loss surgery. Now, every other member of the family has kept on track for weight loss. Tammy has lost 500 pounds. Chris has lost 300 pounds and had skin removal surgery. His wife, Brittany, they haven't even shown it on the show yet, but she has lost a lot of weight she's had the weight loss surgery, supposedly. Amanda's had weight loss surgery. Missy's had weight loss surgery, and they've all kept it off and done what they needed to do. Amy's the only one that hasn't, and the show is around her. The show is called 1,000 Pound Sisters, and it's about Amy and Tammy, and now they do not get along anymore. So when the show got over, I was like, people are speculating that they're not getting along right now. I went and looked. They do not follow each other anymore. I was blown away. I was even blown more away by the fact that Amy still follows me. Because I rip her a new ass on my reactions. I do. I tell it how it is, okay? I mean, Amy came out in December. I think it was before New Year. It had to have been before New Year's, because I reached out to her and I said, girl, like, let me help you with this situation. She got caught in a live stream, and she's like, no, I know how to deal with it. She was in a live stream with her kid in her lap, smoking a cigarette, and people came for her, rightfully so, and said, are you really smoking a cigarette, like, with your kid in the lap, like, inside? Like, that's disgusting. Her response was that she was going to come out and say it was her New Year's resolution to quit smoking. Well, she's still smoking. They show her on the show smoking. In this episode, they showed her walk outside with a cigarette and a lighter in her hand. So it's like Amy is unhinged at this point, but they don't follow each other at all. And so I said something about it in my reaction video yesterday. And I got this comment on my video because they do these meet and greets. So if you don't know it, they go and they do these like panels and these meet and greets. They go to parades, these small towns around Kentucky where they live. I live for it. I would love to go to one of these 1,000 Pound Sisters meet and greets. So somebody left this comment on my video. I'm so thankful for it. 13 likes it got. And this person said, I won't call them out in case I don't want to, but she said, I got to meet the whole family for their meet and greet on Saturday. And Amy and Tammy always put, like, when they're going to do their meet and greets on their Instagram and stuff like that. Amy looks like she may have gained weight. Also, Amy, Amanda, and Misty were outside together smoking. I mean, this show is just like, you cannot write this shit. Amy, Amanda, and Misty were outside together smoking before the meet and greet. Well, Amy, I thought you quit smoking. I thought because you had your kid on your lap, and I know quitting smoking's tough, okay? I ain't judging her for that. But why did you come out and say that to your audience? Another lie? Because you said on the show you only got arrested for pot, which that wasn't true. And TLC edited out the part where the judge said the child endangerment charges, okay? Which was bullshit that TLC Productions bullshit is what they are. I saw that Amy and Tammy unfollowed each other on Instagram, and I don't know who is, I don't know what that is. Plus, during the meet and greet, they were sitting at separate tables with and I saw a picture of this online, and they truly are. And they were sitting at separate tables with Misty and Amanda in between them. And during the parade afterwards, I love that they're in a parade. It was Tammy's, she was so happy that she got to be in the Corn Fest this year. I was so happy for her. I want to go to the Corn Fest. And during the parade afterwards, which they were in, they were sitting apart with Tammy inside the truck and Amy in the trailer in the back. So I wonder if they're still bickering. Well, what I don't know is it for marketing? Or are they really not getting along? I mean, Tammy breaks down. Amy is like, nobody wants to come to my fucking wedding, and I don't give a fuck. I don't have any siblings. I hate my family. Tammy's sitting in the car, and she's crying at the end of the show. And she's like, I used to be able to tell her everything. Like, she was my best friend. Like, Tammy's very upset. And I do understand some of Amy's issues that she has, and they do seem to, like, go off on her a little bit more than other people in the show. But you can't trust editing, so you don't really know, like, what's really going on behind, you know? Like, the siblings, to me, have only brought to her their concerns about the kids, and that she's rushing into this marriage too fast. She was dating this guy for 6 weeks. During the 6 weeks, they got arrested with their kids in the car for child endangerment and 2 possession charges. And she got bit by a camel. That was the first 6 weeks they dated. And right after that, he proposed to her. So he proposed to her, and they got engaged at 6 weeks. Her family, I think like any family in the world, said, we think you're rushing into this a little bit. They actually treated her with kid gloves, is what they did. So I'm like, Amy and Tammy don't follow each other anymore? Like, is this for, like, the next season? Like, I mean, is this marketing, or is this, like... Because when this is, like, housewives unfollow each other, it's a big deal. On Vanderpump Rules, when the whole thing with Ariana and Tom Sandoval happened, and they all started unfollowing each other, it was a big deal. This is a huge deal in the housewife verse. So in the housewife universe, when people unfollow each other, it's a huge deal. I think it's even a bigger deal when you have 2 sisters at the show. It's completely centered around unfollowing each other. So anyway, I was like, I'm making a drama video about this today because I want to start the weekend on some... Well, this isn't fun. It makes me sad, honestly, because I love Tammy and Amy, and I love watching the show. It makes me sad for them, but this is a little bit more lighthearted drama for the weekend. So anyway, let me know what you think about all that in the comment section below. And yeah, also, I would like to know, people that continue to watch Amberlynn, what's your current thoughts about her? Because I haven't really kept up. I don't watch the commentary videos about her. I don't know really anything about Amberlynn. So please let me know in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.